This week, we've got a ton of updates coming out of HighLevel, specifically those around AI, massive updates that you are not going to want to miss. Stay tuned for this week's weekly breakdown coming up right now. All right, guys, we're going to jump in with one of the first AI updates for this week, and there are a few of them. Huge focus on AI from HighLevel right now, which is really exciting because I know that's what a lot of us are obviously thinking about, talking about. It's definitely taken over the conversation in a lot of ways. HighLevel's got some cool updates around this, though. So first off, we're going to jump into the SMS AI is what they're calling this, but basically, if you come in here and I'm in a workflow, right? I'm the workflow builder. So if I'm creating a workflow and I want to send an SMS, I now have a really easy button to draft that text message from inside of HighLevel using AI. So I can come in here, I can select my tone. I can't pick my brand voice yet. I imagine that that's going to change quickly. We'll jump into the next update here in a second where it is focused on brand voice. So we can see HighLevel is focusing on this brand voice and being able to use it with all of the different generative content generation features, AI features inside of HighLevel. So this will be here soon, but for right now, we've got a handful of different tones that we can choose from. So I can come in here, casual, I could say follow up after calling a referral we received from contact.referrer, first name, who is the real estate agent for contact.first name. I am a mortgage broker following up to help with their pre-approval. Okay, let's see what it looks like. Generate. This is a follow-up, blah, 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 from your real estate agent. My prompt was not great. Any of those of you guys that know AI are watching this cringing, going, what the hell kind of prompt was that? It might take a little bit of work. Obviously not going to be the easiest right out of the gates or match your tone perfectly right out of the gates. This is one of those features, just like any of HighLevel's features, where over time it's going to get better and better. So we're excited to see this. We're excited to see HighLevel integrating AI into just like everyday workflow actions like they should be able to. All right, next up, an update to brand voice. So remember, you guys can come in here and you can add a brand voice that then you can use to draft social content and email content throughout HighLevel. Okay, so that text message action that we just saw, the brand voice is not tied to that, but I imagine it will be. But if we go in here and we click add brand voice, the new piece here is that we now can just upload data or provide a URL. So I can come in here. I think I already set this up. Yep. So Empower LO is a marketing company that powers originators to create maximum impact, blah, blah, blah. We're confident, professional, but informal and a little edgy at times. Add a reference URL. Continue. It's doing this live for the first time. This might not work out as great as I hope, but we're gonna find out. Okay, brand voice successfully created, and boom, it's gonna come in, provide nice scraped like some information as far as contact information. That's pretty cool. Customer pain points, mortgage. This is great. And brand promise, brand values. This is awesome. This is really cool. So early results or early impressions, that should be the word I'm looking for. Early impressions are that this is a really cool feature. Excited to play with it some more. So definitely check this out. If you have not yet put together your brand voice, just go in there, upload your website. If your website reflects that brand voice, or maybe you upload a couple social posts. If you've done some long form social posts, you say, hey, this is my brand voice. Maybe it's not your company brand voice, it's your individual brand voice, right? You could have multiple brand voices. I think we have now 3 or 4 at this point for the different brands that we represent. So definitely check this out. Use that URL scraping feature. It just got a lot easier to make your content sound more like you. All right, next up, creating a conversation AI bot just got a lot easier. In fact, there was multiple items that were focused on this conversation AI bot, enough so that I actually put it on our list of things to review this week, that it might be time for us to start playing more and more with conversation AI, creating some bots and potentially looking at seeing if this can be an alternative or a replacement to CloseBot, which is what we have been using for working leads for our clients. So definitely going to check this out. The new experience, you have to enable it in Labs. So I have Labs pulled up here. Lots of Labs features right now. There's an autosave and email builder is one of the ones that I'm supposed to talk to you about. We've got form-based bot, so creating a bot based on an intake form, multilingual agent, association limits handling, which is another thing. Actually, I think that might not have made the list, but another item related to custom objects. So lots and lots of really cool features going on in labs right now. So if ever you aren't sure if you're leveraging all the most up-to-date features in HighLevel, definitely go into labs in your settings section. If you don't have that turned on at the agency level, you won't be able to see this. But if you have beta features turned on at the agency level, jump into labs and see what you're missing. Odds are you probably don't have very many of these turned on unless you're doing this regularly, and there's some pretty cool stuff in here. So this form builder, we're gonna jump in, and it gives us the option here. What kind of bot is it? General Q&A? Is it an appointment booking? Let's go ahead and do appointment booking. If I come in here, this is not any different than the experience last time. Let me see. This is different at all. So add your knowledge base, click here for a step-by-step guide. Yeah, I'm not seeing this be any different. I have it turned on in labs. Do I have it saved? Form-based bot. Guided form for conversation, quick setup, no prompting required. Yeah, this is what I'm looking for right here. Why can't I see that? Let me go ahead and refresh. I did just turn that on in labs, so this might be my fault, but let's see. Let's create bot. Oh, there we go. So I have this drop down right here, so I can create a prompt-based bot, or I can do guided form setup. So this is the new piece. If I come in here, click appointment booking, select brand voice, boom, right away you get to choose your brand voice, which is nice. Bot settings, what's the bot name? We're gonna call this Michael Bot. Blah blah blah. Bot initial message, make this the primary bot. Okay, then I have this custom blah blah blah. So anyways, this is definitely easier. You can see I'm not having to put any prompts in. It's guiding me through this a little bit. Yeah, this is the new setup. We're going to test this out. We're going to see how it's comparing, how it's stacking up to CloseBot, which is what our clients use for the high volume of internet leads that they're generating. So we'll keep you posted, but definitely a improvement coming out of the Conversation AI group in how we set up these bots. All right, so this next feature that I kind of hinted at it in the last one, autosave and email builder. So now funnels and website, I believe the autosave is live. Oh, actually I might be wrong. I think I saw that this got pushed back quite a bit. So live in 67 days. So we have had in beta autosave for funnels and websites. That has made some massive improvements recently. We have it turned on in our sites. I know initially the autosave was happening slow enough that it wasn't actually an improvement. It was making things worse. They've improved that massively. We're enjoying it. And now it's also available inside of the email builder. So you got to turn this on in labs, but those of you guys that do any amount of creation, whether it's landing pages or it's emails, inside of HighLevel, then you guys know how frustrating it can be if you don't save your work and you exit out of it. Autosave is now available both for the email builder and sites and funnels. You just got to turn it on in labs. All right, next up, it just got a little bit easier to buy a domain inside of HighLevel. So I wanted to drop this here because some of you guys may not even know that you can purchase your domains in HighLevel. So in HighLevel, you have the ability to use domains for so many different reasons: for sending emails, for funnels, for websites, for a client portal, communities, etc. All of this is something that you can use a custom domain for. And so HighLevel, gosh, it's probably been about 6 months to a year now, rolled out the ability to purchase domains inside of the account. The experience has been great for our clients. We have every one of our clients set up their own domain, purchase a domain and set it up if they don't already have one. So we definitely believe in this. But basically, if you go into funnels and websites now, you guys will see anywhere you select a domain, you'll see the option to purchase or connect a domain right here. And so for some of you guys, this might be the first time that you're seeing this option. So I wanted to make sure I threw it out there. This is an update that you now have this link here anywhere you have a domain to prompt you and say, hey, you can buy a domain if you want to. All right, next up is for those of you guys that are using a WordPress website. So this is a WordPress website that is self-hosted or that you own the content for. So this isn't going to be most of the $200 and less a month website options that are out there. Most of those you do not actually own the website. The website is hosted on the servers of the company, and they technically own that content. It's not something that you can take with you. So if you do have your own WordPress website, you now have the ability to migrate in to Lead Connector or HighLevel's WordPress hosting, which, by the way, for what I've seen, is absolutely phenomenal. I've seen this compared to some of the best hosting sites out there, and HighLevel's WordPress hosting is very, very good, top notch. So if you do have WordPress, if you're hosting it on like a WP host or a WP engine, I don't think that I know that there's, I don't know anything about WordPress anymore, to be honest with you. I used to be up to date with all that, but ever since we moved our site over to HighLevel, I've had no need to. But if you guys are using WordPress and you're afraid to give that up, the WordPress hosting within HighLevel is definitely worth checking out. You now have this new simple Lead Connector or LC Migrator. It's a plugin that you get inside of WordPress that is hosted from HighLevel. It allows you to move all of your stuff over really, really easily. And then HighLevel is also offering support at the agency level. They're pushing this WordPress hosting more and more. They're offering additional white glove support for all agency users, requesting an assisted migration. So you guys at like the agencies that you work with can help support this. If you own your agency, then HighLevel support will actually help you do this. So let us know if you have experience with this. Let us know if you're hosting WordPress. I would imagine I don't know anybody in the mortgage space that is hosting their website in WordPress, but I have a feeling that's also going to change here pretty soon. All right, last week I talked a little bit about GoCollab and the efforts that they're doing to make this a community like School that has discoverability, where you can host your community inside of GoCollab and people can actually show up there for the other community that they're joining and then discover your community throughout the marketplace. Again, like you would expect to see with School. This is really like something that we're really excited about. If it catches any level of steam, then there's going to be some clients of ours that are going to be well positioned to take advantage of the lift that will come from this GoCollab piece. So now one of the things that they're doing is they're applying smart categories, and so they're using, whatever means they're using. I almost said AI, but I've said AI enough on this video, but they're using whatever means that they're using to identify what these categories are for courses and communities, and they're tagging them so that they're more discoverable within the GoCollab community, the GoCollab app. So another way that HighLevel is stepping up their game as far as their communities and courses, making it so that the discoverability component of School is no longer like a benefit for School that HighLevel doesn't have access to as well. So again, keep your eye on this. And if you have been considering setting up a community for your mortgage business or for any any sort of financial fitness community, real estate agents, whatever it is, now is the time to do it for sure, and catch on before everybody else catches on that this discoverability piece is coming, and that you're going to be able to get a lot of business from it. All right, last update, one more AI update for you guys this week, and this is the new AI assistant. Right now, I believe as of yesterday, yes, it is accessible to everybody. This is Ask AI. Technically, it's still in beta, so I assume this is not going to work awesome right out of the gates, but soon it'll integrate with your brand voice and be able to tell you basically exactly how you need to do what you want to do inside of your HighLevel account. So you'll be able to say, hey, you have a couple content ones, right? These are all content specific ones, but you'll be able to tell it, hey, I want to execute a open house funnel where I follow up with 3 text messages, blah, 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 and it will lay out all of your steps for you, including the content in there. Guys, this is really, really exciting, really cool stuff for those of you guys that are jumping in and out of ChatGPT. Now you're going to have to do that less, or at least soon you're going to have to do that less, because it's going to be built right into your HighLevel account. All right, guys, that is it for this week's weekly breakdown. I hope you're keeping up with this. This is crazy. This is another, I think it's like the 3rd week in a row of 30 plus updates coming out of HighLevel, and we're not even like in a major, we're not even pushing up against any major launches or anything. So really exciting stuff. Hopefully they keep this up. Gives me a lot to talk about, gives you guys a lot to sink your teeth into. Guys, stay tuned for next week's weekly breakdown. But until then, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you at the top.